Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Sorry that took me so damn long. I was hanging out with my nieces for most of my lunch break, and of course, naturally, as a natural consequence of that, it took a while. And it got to the point where I was like, all right, I've got to go to work. Kiddos are like, what? You have to go to work? I was like, yes, I have to go to work. I'm sorry. Look, I'm sorry, Bella. We can't use the intro reels anymore. And so, as I was going down, my middle niece said, you can't go back to work. You have to lie down. Because I said I was tired. She's like, you have to lie down. And she said it, and this is funny, because obviously it's cute and all in context, or rather out of context, but in context, the reason she was pushing that angle so hard was because she's been told that a lot lately. Like, if she has to take a nap, then she has to take a nap, especially if she's getting cranky. So, you have to go lay down. So I laid down. And then I took too long doing paperwork, and now I'm here, let's do it! Alright. Also, hi Shigenomi. Welcome to the stream. I hope this will not be extremely terrible. Oh, and the door's closed. Okay, time to go home. Homeward going time. Alright, we're done. Although while we're here, let's go ahead and toss this up. Come on! And I'm just getting interruptions all over the place. I apologize. How the hell? Alright, so... So, Dungeon 1, or more accurately, Dungeon 2. I have bad memories of this place. Really, really bad memories of this place. So we'll see how this works out. We'll see, Kitten Fan. We'll see. Almost put the game down here. Master, I have bad news. The auras of many creatures reverberate throughout this temple. As a result, I cannot isolate Zelda's aura. You will not be able to track her here. Given the situation, I suggest you look around and see what move we do next. The crowd. Congrats, Spillers is now, on discovering even more nonsense of the world. No, I'm thinking of this, Kitten Fan. I'll explain again when I get there. What timeline does it belong to? Stab! Okay, there we go. That timeline. This is of the... No, it doesn't belong to anything timeline. And that's my reaction to Act right there. Yes, as has been pointed out a few times, for all intents and purposes, this game has nothing to do with anything. The only game this has even an intangible connection to is Breath of the Wild. Listen, Act. It's okay. Just relax, relax. Let the sword do its work. It's gonna be fine. As Octaved. Nintendo says this is the first game in the entire series, which makes less sense the more you think about it. As with a lot of things they tell us. Like, the Zelda franchise should discontinue because we can't come up with any new ways to control it. It's another thing Nintendo tells us. No, Drakashi, I refuse. Yeah, that's another thing. The idea of calling these legends, that's been an excuse people have used for years. It's always pissed me off. Like, that's always... mostly it pisses me off when people, like, at Nintendo try to use that as... Oh, it just doesn't have anything to do with anything. It's its own thing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's like, uh-huh. Lie to me, Nintendo. 2013, actually. But yes, the Wii was doing its own thing for a while. This game sold bonkers well, as you might imagine, because it was a Zelda game on the Wii. It's also one of the weirder ones, because a lot of Zelda games go through this thing where the initial reaction is not quite the same as, you know, the final reaction. So in this case, this game was praised to the high heavens when it came out, and then that praise just kind of sort of slowly trickled away the longer the game went on. Probably a case of purchasing reviews, at least to an extent. As I've said a few times, I don't actually know how good or bad this game is. I can't judge it. Someone was stabbing me in the side the entire time. Sure, Crazy Norse, what do you got? No, Breath has remained mostly positive for most of its existence. I think I'm one of the only people in the world who wasn't a big fan of Breath. And I've come to accept that. For God's sakes. A tier list video. I mean, I'm literally going to rank the Zeldas in a much more refined manner than having a tier list, so sure, why not? Two doors lead to rooms left and right, but they will only open when gemstones are struck. One's above, one's below. Kill me! Oh, sorry. I mean, we could. It's just, like, that's just such a weird thing, Crazy Norse. Here's my tier list for Zeldas. At the top of the tier, we have 463.72. I can just do that. Make each tier just the individual score of that individual game. Just treat it like it's a normal tier list, though. So instead of like SL or X or whatever, it's just 368.7. Ah, whatever. Oh no, what I could do, so instead of like a top 10 Zelda games, how many Zelda games are there, like, that we're reviewing? top, however many that number is, Zelda games. You won't believe what's number 16 or whatever. God, I don't know. How many Zelda games have we done so far? Because we've still got this, Ocarina, Majora, Wind Waker, Twilight, and Tears. That's 6, plus whatever we've already done. What's there to be confused about, Type 3B? That is indeed a joke question, Blue Fusion Bolt. I applaud you, good sir, and or madam. And we're drowned. Has Link ever learned how to swim? Like, we live in the sky. Oh my god, no, he hasn't. That's why he needs the fricking, the scale to dive. So, as with all things in life, the order in which I've been doing these games is complicated. It's like this. The very, very basic concepts for ordering the games is threefold. First, we need to do the games relatively close to each other in terms of review style. The whole purpose of blocking together games for reviewing is so that we can see what games look like alongside each other, so we can compare them and contrast them, so we can review them together. So in other words, we put all the 2D Zeldas together, and then we put all the 3D Zeldas together. Okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing is I like to start with the bad and end with the good. I have a lot of experience as a streamer at this point, and I can tell you, ending a Zelda block on something like Zelda 2 would be terrible. You never want to peter out like that. Instead, what you want to do is you want to start weak and grow strong. Build up over time so that when you finally get to the final game, which in our case is going to be functionally Twilight Princess, that's the one which you're like, boom, that's the awesome one, right? Third requirement is very specific, because those first two things, we do that for everything. That's just how we do blocks in general. But in Zelda in specific, we have to cover Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Now, those two games are gargantuan, multi-week games of death. Of infinite padding. So, the only way to review those is for those to be as far away from each other as possible, which means one of them has to be at the very beginning of the block, and one of them has to be at the very end. So, we already covered Breath of the Wild right at the very beginning, and we're covering Tears right at the end. Sense make? Yeah, if I'm doing a lore run, I'll do chronological because obvious. These aren't lore runs. These are reviews. When it comes to reviewing, generally speaking, the gameplay matters more than the story when it comes to blocking games together. I know many people who have all encouraged me to play Tears well different from Breath, because even though Tears is probably a reasonably different game, it's a really, really similar game, especially considering the fact that it uses practically the same overworld. It's also an extraordinarily long game. So between the similarities and the length, playing Tears immediately after playing Breath would probably have killed me, and possibly killed my show, as everyone would have immediately stopped watching because they were sick of watching these two games being played over the course of a month. Probably, Ross. But then again, maybe not. Maybe not in that case. Anyways, that's why. Sorry. Long answer. You know me. don't know, Lord Harriman. My viewing figures during Breath were not really good. In fact, it was pretty much exactly what I just kind of told you. Started off pretty strong, and then it never stopped petering out. So, you know. Yay. Is it this button? It is this button. There we go. Ah, oh my god. There we go. Below my usual average act. And yes, I am obviously presuming I am good enough to assume the relative level of quality for said games. It's true. I was very honest, Frieza. I wanted to make sure that anybody watching the VOD would see me right at the bend saying, we're not doing anything significant today. So at no point in time was I misleading anybody. See, what I should have been done is actually like, you won't believe the things we're covering today in Breath of the Wild. Actually, FF14 was a weird one, because the only real gap in viewership in FF14 was during ARR. Which makes sense, right? But from that point onward, it went pretty high. And actually, if I can be bold, I'm a little bit shocked at how many people did watch the Breath of the Wild review. I say it was below average for my usual numbers. And it was. But not by that much. I don't know how funded FF16 is the most. I don't know. Just tell me, Kit and Vent. I'm apparently just missing it. What am I missing? What extremely dumb, obvious thing am I missing? Because it's always something extremely dumb and obvious. Just tell me. So we can get on with it. Tor had weird viewing figures. There's a stone below the closed door. Okay. Oh, in the central room. Got it. Game. Okay. Wow, that's actually higher than I thought, Bill, just now. Actually, I just added it yesterday, Lord Harriman. But you're the first person to notice it. Or miraculously the first person to tell me you've noticed it. Oh yeah, I never figured out how to do the finishing move. I should probably figure that out at some point, since I literally have to do that to beat the game. He's not dropping. There we go. Oh, there's only 5, though. Come on. Give me some drops. Give me some drops. Which is my favorite Bokoblin? Probably Wind Waker or Twilight, I would say. One of those two. Why aren't you attracted to Link, Gum Gum? I mean, he's courageous, he's attractive. He goes out of his way to help people at all times. Like, what is there not to be attracted by? Unless you're Ace, in which case, never mind, that's obviously fine. But, if you're not Ace, then you're attracted to Link, whether you know it or not. That's gonna have to do. I notice grass doesn't grow back. Game. What? In a room with 2 glittering gemstones, you shall find a temple map. Gaze upon the map until your eye finds the X, for it is there you'll strike another gemstone to reveal a path. Okay. I must gaze upon this. Ah! Oh, so there's no compass. Okay. Master, I have information for you. You have obtained a map of this area. The position of doors and their locks, as well as the position of status of treasure chests, can be confirmed on the map with marks such as X. Or be aware you'll be unable to use beacons here due to the indoor nature of the environment. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Fi. Thanks. Like, she's helping, you know? She's doing her best. Andros will not have his way with her. No, Zelda spiders don't bother me. Most spiders in games don't bother me. It's one of the reasons I'm so harsh about the Arachnophobia negative and why I have stood by that negative for many, many years. Because the overwhelming majority of games understand that some people have an issue with spiders. It is, in fact, an extremely common phobia. And thus, the games that don't do that, no excuse. And yeah, the only exceptions to that continue to be Skyrim, Dragon Age, Dragon Age, and Dragon Age. I mean, the taste should give it away immediately, Ross. That would depend, Kitten Fan. I can use actually a specific example of that. So there's this game you've probably heard of called Limbo. Boy, I actually lost that for a second. Limbo spiders don't bother me. Go figure. But I bring that up very specifically because that's kind of what you're talking about. A game using spiders for creepy intent, which works quite well. I've actually got another example for you. Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which uses spiders to extremely creepy intent, which doesn't bother me. In fact, it's one of my favorite parts of that entire game. Harry Potter spiders can go directly to hell. I have not and never will rewatch the second movie as a consequence of that. I have a key. Didn't I just get a key? No, I didn't get a key. Never mind. Okay, never mind. And yeah, I also haven't played Hogwarts Legacy, obviously, I suppose. Oh, it gave me the creeps, but, like, in a good way. There's a difference. How do I phrase this correctly? How many of you have ever been on a roller coaster before? I'll raise my hand here. See, I've been on a roller coaster, and that's cool. Whee, it's fun. You're getting scared, but in a controlled way that you know is safe. It's fun. That's the point, right? You ever fallen off something very high? Because I have. That's not fun. That's actually terrifying, is a better way to put that. What's the difference? Now, we could go down the rabbit hole here, but that's the point. When you have something like a phobia, you don't really have the control over being able to see that as a real event. Your brain takes that and processes it as, oh crap. That's why realistic spiders bother me so much, is because realistic spiders trigger that particular response in my brain. It's no longer a game. It's not fun. It's me falling off of a cliff, which I have done. More than once, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. And yeah, that's the best way I can explain it to anybody, because I know a lot of people don't have that kind of a phobic problem. And so, therefore, do not understand how awful and how unpleasant that really is. God, I have so little ammo. No, that's the only phobia I have, thank God. Like, there's plenty of other stuff that'll spook me, but as far as an actual phobia, you know, something I practically have no real control over, spiders is it. Listen, it's not my fault. They were calling my name, Loke. They were singing my name. I had to go. Had to go, Loke. Sorry, what? Implications don't bother me, no. Webs are webs. Those just show up normally. Hell, webs show up even if there's no spiders, although that's kind of different, but it's still true. Give me ammo. I've actually talked about this quite a little bit of length because a lot of people contest that negative. And will continue to fail at convincing me to not give that negative. Because the overwhelming majority of spiders in video games aren't spiders at all. They're crabs. The way they move, the way they operate, they're crabs, right? And your brain, when you see it, it's just like, oh, that's a crab. And it's just, you're fine, because there's nothing wrong with a crab. And that may sound like a joke, but I know several people who have tested me on this and gone back and checked a few spiders in video games, and it's like, no, yeah. That doesn't look like a spider moves. And they do this on purpose. Like most games and most games and most shows, most movies, most books know about that and deliberately portray them wrong in order to accommodate that. It's a really common trick, like most other tricks. For example, oh god, of course now I can't think of any. I can't think of any. There's a lot of things that are portrayed deliberately unrealistically in fiction to make them look more realistic, because that's just kind of how style has developed over the years. And of course I can't think of any examples right now. Yeah, whatever. I suppose I could say showing a really dehydrated guy as if he's really ripped, but that's not what I mean. Yeah, I suppose sounds in space is another example of that. I don't see how, Loke. That's true, Crazy Norse. I'm always lying. Although I have no idea what you're talking about, so you're going to have to explain yourself. Oh, well, yeah, Grounded had a frickin', like, button. If you're gonna have a toggle, then that's fine. That's why Grounded didn't bother me. That's why I didn't give Grounded a negative. Although, Grounded amused me, because I knew a lot of people who were like, I don't have arachnophobia, but I ain't playing that crap. Oh, gotcha, prisoner. So, you're wrong, of course. I do not have thalassophobia. I am afraid of the ocean. The difference. I'm afraid I'm going to have to cancel you now, Prisoner. Sorry. I mean, yeah, I see what you mean, Loke, but, like, all you're doing is agreeing with me. I mean, again, the whole point that you can just go ahead and have a frickin' toggle in something like Dragon Age or Skyrim, and it's so easy and effortless to do, kind of makes my point for me. I mean, I'm sorry, Ross is correct. The ocean's terrifying. There are very rational reasons to be afraid of the ocean. In fact, actually, there's another fear, which actually hits me a little bit more than the ocean itself. That is the unknown. When I have trouble seeing what I'm interacting with, what's below my feet or what's nearby me, that bothers me. I've told several people the story about that skiing trip that one time where I thought I was going to go over a cliff because I couldn't see where I was going. So the unknown is another thing there. Yeah, fear of heights can also be pretty rational. In fact, I'll give a specific example for that one. You know the bridge in Half-Life 2? Because, you know, the bridge in Half-Life 2. Anyways, alright, so, let's go ahead and shoot this. Now that we've got our ammo back. Oh my god, game. God, Mirror's Edge. Alright. Ah! Beetle. This unexplained power contained within this insect-shaped item allows you to control it as it flies through the air. Gotcha, Loke. Alright, I need Loke executed immediately. Yes, immediately. Kill him. Kill him right now. Okay, so. Now that Loke is dead, you have acquired a new item. Analysis of this object's insect-like profile and wings indicate it can fly. Hello, Sean. I indicate an 86% chance you are now watching the stream you are currently watching. After launching it, you can remotely pilot the device. The sharp structure on the front of the device can sever threads and deliver a blow to smaller objects. Yeah, okay, that's great. Let's go. Let's see how this flies. Oh god, it's awful! Okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Oh man. Okay. Oof. Alright. Go ahead and grab my heart while I'm at it. I guess I actually legitimately don't agree with you, Loke. Because I think if you want to have a crab spider, then you should be allowed to. Especially for things that are supposed to be more fantastical, which a lot of these are. A specific example, in Warcraft, those spiders look nothing like spiders, but that kind of works for them, considering, you know, what's going on over there. Ugh, why is that like that? I don't even know who that is, Gum Gum. And I never will. Whoa, okay. Die. Skulltula. God, I actually took this out. Nope. Nope. I was doing up, down, up. You saw me doing up, down, up. There we go. Jesus. It's just like... Come on, Link. Work with me here. Work with me. Alright, bottom line is... Screw spiders. Alright. First thing I did when I first got this stupid thing is I just roamed around here, exploring, like, the entire room. Dang it. Mushrooms! Mushrooms! Hey, Spartan. And yeah, we're sticking with the non-motion controls. Of course, Ross, because if you don't, I swear to God, I'm gonna kill Loke again. I'm gonna kill Loke if you don't respond, Ross. Loke, your life is in Ross's hands. Right, sorry, you asked that earlier, Chrysalis. The answer is probably not. Like, I can't think of it off the top of my head. Let me explain something to you. There's this cartoon show. It's actually a pretty good one. It stars an adorable little spider. And he's so cute. And I want to murder him every second he's on the screen. As he cutely walks around and helps people, and he's got a cute, adorable voice. He's got big eyes. And god damn it, I want him to die. I want him to die. Because he is too realistic. In fact, he's the worst type of realistic. He's the big furry type, which triggers me the worst. So, yeah, Lucas the Spider. That's it. Lucas the Spider. I can't control it. It's like, I say it's a phobia. It's not actually, in the strictest sense of the word, it's not, fear. Violent destructiveness is what I would call it. When I see a spider in real life, my first reaction, it can only be referred to as die. Just die, die, die. I have actually, like, blitzkrieged spiders in real life in ways that have scared people. Not on purpose. I'm not doing that on purpose. It's just the immediate reaction is just violence. Right? Does that make sense? And so I see that damn spider on that screen as my niece is watching. I just have to look away. Yeah, the spider, it's gotta die. It's gotta die. It's gotta die. It's gotta die. It's just, like I said, it's something I don't really have a lot of control over. That's true, it's a jumping spider. I hate jumping spiders. Ooh, woo, woo. Up, 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 up. There we go, there we go. I would move out, Triexia, to the streets, where I would starve to death. Hey, Javez, did you know that Rise of the... Ah! Sorry. That is true, Ross, and I like that, too. It's another reason why it's not a, magical wish happily ever after, and why it works so well. Listen, Trihexia, it's not my fault that Javez just killed me horribly, because I reminded him that Star Wars... Oh, that there's a film that doesn't exist. It's okay, it doesn't exist, Javez. It doesn't exist! It doesn't exist, Javez! I, of course, don't have a spare bottle right now. Can I make a spare bottle? Let's find out. Use. Okay, now grab. Grab. Nope. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, Lucas moves like a real spider. Yeah, I think you're right. I was just testing it. I was pretty sure I needed a bug net, but I wanted to know. It's okay, that was a kind of a worthless potion anyway, so I didn't really lose anything good. Yes, we're in the first dungeon, or technically the second. Okay, words. Words Against Books podcast. Here we go. Give Tim a pet translate. Sorry. What were we saying? I just saw red there for a minute. It's weird. There has been a small but persistent movement I've noticed amongst a few educational types to try and make it so that spiders are less feared amongst children. Considering spiders, logically and rationally, aren't actually that terrible, and in fact are really useful for the most part unless they're poisonous. Poisonous spiders, that's a little bit different, but you get the point. Anyways, all I'm saying is I'm going to wipe out every spider on the planet. All of them. They're all going to die! What I'm going to do is give them hugs. Spider hugs for all the spiders. And they will be so happy forever for the rest of their lives. That turn radius is awful. Let's see. That's a tough one. Do I need to watch Rise of the Skywalker 4 times in a row? Or not kill a spider for 12 seconds? I'm feeling the movie. I'm feeling that I'd go with the movie on that one. Not that that film exists, obviously. What am I doing? Okay. So I went up there. I don't think I've been up there yet. And I know I haven't been up there. Okay, so... Listen. There's no need to clip the spiders. It's okay. It's okay, Spider Mafia. You don't have to come after me. I know I'm all alone. I've always been alone. Ugh. No. Up. Well, I haven't seen Acolyte, so that one doesn't work on me, sorry. Star Wars is ruined! For some nonsense reason and not any valid reason. Listen, I built the time machine for a reason, Bionic Buck, and I'm gonna use it for that reason. Up. I hope at least some of you aren't tired of Star Wars content, because we still haven't released the Star Wars rewrite yet. I mean, objectively, centipedes can go right to hell. Yeah, thank you, Kitten Fan. I hear a lot of people talk about fatigue, and granted, I'm the weirdo freak who doesn't suffer from such and such fatigue. But I legitimately believe that more people would be okay with some of these things if it was good. If good content was coming out instead of bad. Well, the main thing I want to add, a noble name, is different types of light weapons instead of just saber. Now, I know the EU kind of did that, but same general concept. What, Fi? Your wallet is full. You'll not be able to carry more rupees. Oh my god, they brought back the wallet. They brought back the wallet. Of all things. Yeah, I haven't decided on specifics for light weapons, because, you know... shrug, right? Obviously, some people use lightsabers. Yeah, unfortunately, we have now brought up Star Wars in chat. I apologize to everyone who is present, because we are now talking about Star Wars. Actually, several Jitoho, not the least of which being Phantom Hourglass, a game, I remind you, was in development during the development of this game, and Spirit Tracks, a game that was in development during the development of this game. That's a good point. We haven't talked about WoW yet. WoW's great. Okay, there we go. Ooh. This game was in development hell for several years. I believe the total number was 3 years of just not really getting productive work done. And that's the important one. That's the figure that matters. Because, by all accounts, they spent a long period of time just not being productive. Die. Come on. That's true. We mentioned Final Fantasy. We need that for the bingo. Important. We got a key. Why don't I have a mini-map? I'm sorry, that sounds like such a weird statement, but I'm kind of used to having a mini-map. I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm playing this on the Switch, which has that kind of capacity. I mean, you know, Breath of the Wild had a mini-map. I don't know, I'm weirded out. Is it just me? Oh, thank you, Dragon Player. Oof, I needed that. So, if you put a gun to my head and told me you have to connect the Star Trek and Star Wars universes together, first of all, I grab the gun, flip it around, and shoot you in the head really quickly. All right, one moment. Sorry. Not sure what I think about the music so far. I think I liked the music better back in Link Between Worlds, but I mean, duh, I suppose. When did this become a versus question? No, we're doing a crossover. Not a versus. If you put a gun to my head, I feel like I would use more of the world, the geography, the species, the planets, the polities of Trek, and then the concepts of wars. I would introduce the Force, Jedi, lightsabers, droids to Trek. And I think that's the super zoomed out perspective on how I would do that. Agreed, Yura. And that's not any, like, bias thing. I just think that would work better. I think the concepts of wars are one of the more important aspects of it. Let me phrase this differently. How important is Naboo to Star Wars versus how important is Bajor to Star Wars? Or how important are the Nemoidians to Star Wars versus how important are the Cardassians to Star Wars? And you can disagree with me on this, of course, but it's just my personal vibe that the setting, the polities, the geography, the places, the people of Star Trek are more important, whereas in Star Wars it's more conceptual. Like, what's the big thing that defines Star Wars? The Force. Right? See you around, Act. Get some good rest. That's right. Jar Jar is the key to all of this. Yeah, that's right. We have to innovate or it's not even worth making another Zelda. But also, we've got to include the wallet from Ocarina for some frickin' reason. One of the worst aspects of Ocarina. You know the worst part about that? You need rupees for a few critical things in Ocarina and then never again. So the only time, this is the worst type of wallet design, not to bash Ocarina before we get there, but the only time rupees matter is when you don't have enough of them. The moment you get to the point where you can get more of them, you don't need them anymore. Okay. Oh, Picard would be super duper light side. Hang on. Wait. Let's define the Force first. Which version of the Force are we talking here? Because that's important. If I'm remembering correctly, the first wallet upgrade in Ocarina is locked behind Skulltulas, gold Skulltulas. Pretty sure. Don't quote me on that, though. Probably wrong. Well, hang on. We have to define the Force first, Ross. Well, if my extremely real Canadian girlfriend had to get a pet, I would break up with her immediately. Obviously. There's a lot of Canadians in the sea, I'm just saying. Don't take that too literally. How far did you get, Yura? Who cries the most in wars? Oh god, that thing! No! Oh. I just remembered a horrifying memory of this dungeon. That thing right there. I'll explain why when we get to it. We're not there yet. Oh god, I hated that thing so much. Yeah, just don't mind me, just having PTSD. Okay, I'm okay. I'm sure it isn't bad this time around. So far, the controls have been much improved. But, oh man. So let's assume, like, dark side is aggression, and light side is passivity. Okay, let's use that presumption. So obviously, based on that, Picard would be extremely light side, and Sisko would be extremely dark side. Let's just start from there, because that's easy. I think those two would be the farthest apart from each other. Janeway's interesting, because Janeway's overall shtick is a lot of trying to be completely unwilling to compromise in the face of whatever it is she thinks she needs to do, even when sanity and reason disagree with her. Oh, God, this room, too. I remember this, too. Based on that, she would certainly lean dark, but I would still say she's not as dark as Sisko. Whoops. Shoot that. No, Kirk. Yeah, Archer pretends he could use the Force. He actually can't. Really, game? Like, I couldn't get back off the rope. Whatever. They came from behind. Yeah, I was just not sure either, Kitten Fan, which is why I just fell to my death here. Oh, this is how we do it. We just wait for a minute. So while we wait for a minute... Kirk, I think, would be right in the middle, in all honesty. And I'm not saying that to praise Kirk. I mean it. That's just his mentality. That's his personality. He doesn't give a damn about the light side or the dark side. He doesn't adhere to a philosophy in that sense of the word. Kirk is here to do whatever he can in order to accomplish his goal by whatever means needs to be, if that makes any sense, right? Yeah, he would be straight up gray, assuming such a thing is such a thing. Now, Kirk is usually cheating for the reasons Kirk is usually cheating, but I stand by that, I think. Like, would he use the light side? Sure, if it worked. Would he use the dark side? Sure, if it worked. And he's got the kind of discipline to do both without falling to either. So that's Kirk. So then we scooch over to Janeway. Oh, I already said Janeway, sorry. That leaves Archer. No, I stand by Archer. Archer is not a Force sensitive at all. Perfect. That's exactly how I wanted that to go. Where's my... Nope. There we go. It's okay, heights don't bother me, Giga. Now, if there's a spider at that pit, we're gonna talk. Data would get mind-wiped every week. That explains why even as of Season 3, with 20-plus years of interacting with humans, he gets fumbled by basic concepts. What? But yeah, let's skip most of the TOS people, because they are kind of cheating. Alright, where am I going? Over here. Oh, right, it's this button. Damn it, I knew it, you're secretly an android! Get him! Riker... I think Riker would be light side, but less so than Picard. Like, Picard, I don't want to say this as a negative, almost feels like a zealot for the light side, right? Like, he's super light side. Riker is, like, affable light side. If Picard was Yoda, Riker would be Obi-Wan. You know what I mean? There we go. Of course they would, Lord Harrowmont. You got the thing that you remember hating. Yeah, what is Starfleet stupid about? Regulations. Wait, no, they're stupid about that too. Yeah, Kira would be ultra dark side, but a good person. In fact, this is something that would almost be funny because Kira and Dukat would both be extremely dark side for mostly the same reason, but in a completely different angle. She's selfless to the point of, like, being self-sacrificing, and he is selfish to the point of being destructive. Alright, so, I said I'd tell you why this pissed me off back in the day. What? What game? It's because the way to do this back in the day, and oh god, it's actually like being weird here. Oh, there we go. Oh my god. Oh my god. Was because in order to do this back in the day, you had to do like this. And here, let me pull up my fake Wiimote here. You had to twist the controller around to get it into just the right spot. And sometimes you'd have it like right there, and it's like not quite fitting. Why is it going? And it took two freaking... It wasn't even that bad. Like, I'm exaggerating slightly. But it was so aggravating every single time. And I'd like have it right there, and it'd be like, no. No. Obviously, it's nowhere near as bad here because, you know, we have different controls, but yikes. Oh, bad memories. Mother 3, Unic, Axiom Verge. You got it. Thank you for being part of the show, Rex. I've also discovered something when it comes to controls in general, because it's very binary, like everything else in the internet is nowadays. You either absolutely love it perfectly, or you hate everything about it. And there's nothing in between, right? Like, I've noticed tons of comments on several of the games we've covered, including this one, that boil down to, no, I like the motion controls. And there's nothing I can say about that, right? Like, if you like it, cool. That's awesome. And in fact, that's a good thing. But, I don't. Okay, so let's flip this around and like this, maybe. Come on. Okay. There we go. You see, that was a joke. That's true, Drakaji. So, I almost quit the game over this boss fight. We'll see how it does. Look who it is. I thought that tornado I stirred up would have tossed and torn you apart, yet here you are, not in pieces. Not that your life or death has any consequence. It's just the girl that matters now, and I can sense her here, just beyond this door. Yes, we plucked her majesty from her perch in the clouds, and now she's ours. Oh, but listen to me, I'm being positively uncivil. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the Demon Lord who presides over the land you look down upon. This world you call the surface. You become a Ghirahim. In truth, I very much prefer to be indulged with my full title. Lord Ghirahim. But I'm not fussy. Did you really just draw your sword? Foolish boy. By all rights, the girl should have fallen into her hands already. She was nearly ours when that loathsome servant of the goddess snatched her away. Do you have any idea how that made me feel inside? Furious, outraged, sick with anger. This turn of events has left me with a strong appetite for bloodshed. Still, hardly seems fair, being of my position to take all my anger out on you, which is why I promise up front not to murder you. No, I'll just beat you within an inch of your life. You guys should take your sword for a bit. Use it to attack you. That's how he tells you how to beat him. Fi? Fi? There you are. Stop doing the tug thing! It's a cookie heal really quick. Please? There you go, there you go. Well, there's 1 and 2, Ross. That might be it. Well, you put up more of a fight than I would have thought possible out of such a soft boy. But don't clap yourself just quite yet. That sword of yours is the only reason you still live. I fear I spent far too long teasing and toying with you. The girl's presence is all but faded from this place, which means there's no reason to linger here. Goodbye, Skychild. Run and play this time. Get my way again, though, and you're dead. So now that I've been able to fight that fight without terrible controls, that took me over an hour... It wasn't just me, too. I handed off the controller. I'm like, here, maybe you can figure this out. They couldn't figure this out, so they handed off the other person. They couldn't figure it out. God damn, I hated that fight so much. I still had a couple of issues, but they were pretty minor and ultimately just boiled down to the same issues that I'm probably going to give, like, a negative to the controls for in general. So, not terrible. Well, time to retire. Go home. Sorry, Zelda. Time to let the entire world be destroyed. Peace. You should take a break. Skyview. That's the name of this place. Supposedly Tuesday, Ross. I cannot believe they haven't announced it yet. Every indicator shows that it's going to be next Tuesday. And like there's nothing freaking there. There's no announcement still. Wait, what, Yura? Oh, okay. Oh no, the dungeon wasn't as bad, but I mean, it makes perfect sense why I have so many bad memories of this dungeon. It's because of that puzzle, the rotating thing, and it's because of Ghirahim. Past that, the dungeon's fine. And with different controls, that was actually a pretty good boss fight. I'm going to give it a positive. Oh yeah, I need to write down Ghirahim as a potential plus to gameplay. Or sorry, plus to story, too. Like, if nothing else, the way he presented himself was perfect, right? That's some visual storytelling right there. True, Bionic Punk. Okay, where's my controller? There it is. You know what we should do? Since they will probably announce that the Direct is on Monday, on the Monday stream, we should, like, take bets as to what, if any, Zelda thing is going to be on Tuesday during the Direct. Because the answer could also be null, right? Like, there could be nothing. Nothing, yeah, it's very possible. Up, there we go. Oh wait, I'm full. God dang it! I forgot that my wallet is full. That's kind of what I'm thinking, Kitten Fan, at the moment. Especially since we know that, not Arte Piazza, what's her name? Grezzo? Haven't been doing anything for several years now. And by haven't been doing anything, I mean they've been quiet about what they've been working on. Better way to phrase that. We'll see. Come back here, fish. No, the fish. I need the fish. No, not... There we go. Okay. Thank you, I wouldn't have seen those, Kitten Fan. But will you watch Tears of the Kingdom, Ghirahim? Honestly, I thought we needed the bug net, too. Or is that just for Beetle's side quest? I did, Kitten Fan. That's how I finally got the big thing. Master, I have a message written in the language of the gods of old. Allow me to translate. Via interpretive dance! The spirit maiden who descended from the clouds must travel to 2 sacred places to purify her body. You stand in one of those places, Skyview Spring. The other is known as the Earth Spring. The second spring is hidden away deep within the scorched earth of Eldin. The spirit maiden, ever mindful of the heavy task entrusted to her, has set out for this second sacred place. Well, one's a fairy and the other one's a sword, Gum Gum. Fairy, sword, it's a bit of a difference. This feels very old. 10,000 years old, you might say. See you around, Crazy Horse. Master, as I just translated, it would appear that Zelda purified herself in the waters of this spring. I calculate a 97% chance she has already set out for Eldin, where another great spring exists. However, it is not clear what method of travel Zelda used to move from here to her next destination. My analysis suggests you should take the tablet to the altar in Skyloft. Doing so will likely open a new column of light on the surface, allowing you to descend to another area and continue your search. The bird statue that transports you back to the sky in the forest should be in the forest you previously passed through. Yeah, as I say, so far Fi hasn't bothered me in this version. They're so cute! They're so cute! Sorry. Manly men. Manly men. They are so cute. I wish to cuddle them. And then eat them! Oh. I actually did mean to jot down a pulse for them, and I forgot to earlier. Navi isn't that bad. At most, we might end up giving 1 negative to Navi. Maybe. And that's for a very specific thing she does. If you ever do any optional stuff in Ocarina, so Navi, I don't actually remember if this is the true in the 3DS version, but in the original version, she had a timer. And it'd be like, hey, you should go here. And then if enough time has passed without you hitting a quest trigger, she'll pop up and be like, hey, you should go here. And there's several spots in Ocarina where you kind of want to go do side stuff, right? And so that can be a little irritating, but that's as far as that gets. Did you find the girl? Who are you? What do you mean, who am I? Don't tell me you forgot your old buddy Machi. No, I'm sad. No, I'm sorry. I take it back. I take it back. I'm so glad I've finally been reunited with all my Kikui friends. It's all thanks to you. With any luck, hopefully you'll find the girl you've been searching for real soon. I mean, look who I'm playing as, Yada. I think I got the tights thing going down. Okay, I think we have all the shortcuts unlocked, so I think we're good to just move on. I want to check something really quick, too. Yep, okay. We are also wearing a skirt. Although I think in this case that actually qualifies as a... Halberd? Cuberg? I'm not sure how to pronounce that word. Anyways. Why is there one out there? To the sky! To the sky! That's because there is no... Well, okay, hang on. There is an overworld in this game, Rex. This is it. That's not me being facetious. I'm not being memeing, I'm not joking, I'm not doing a hot take, I'm not trying to make a stupid thumbnail. The overworld, the only overworld in this game is Skyloft. And yeah, it kind of sucks. In fact, I should probably jot down the negative for it now. No, bad overworld is still overworld. Master, kill me! When you hit the goddess cube with a Skyward strike, I was able to detect an resulting energy reaction. And now these things happen. Sure, let's go there. Where the hell is that? To my right, apparently. Jesus. That's true. I had thought about that. It is literally an overworld. No, 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 no! I hit the wrong button. Oh, whatever. Go, my minion. You like pumpkins, right? Love pumpkins. No, land, land. No, land. Land! Land! Okay. Okay. We did it. We landed. So this is kind of a critical upgrade. We'll take that there. But you know, honestly, I'm tired of living. Kill me! So, unlike the actual town itself, most of the rest of this is just kind of, you know... It's just kind of part of the same zone. So you can do that kind of live flying in and out thing. It's one of the only things I like about this area. And they do hardly anything with it. It's really frustrating. Ooh, that was close, but we made it. Open the chest, Link. Link, kill me. Kill me, Link. Okay, here we go. You know one thing I do like about Twilight Princess? If you pick up rupees when you're full, it puts them back in the chest. That was a 300 Gigapudding. Yeah, those 300 rupees just disappeared into the ether. They are gone. Welcome to every bird rider's favorite rest stop, Lumpy Pumpkin. The one only place you can enjoy some of our favorite pumpkin soup. What do you think? Want to try a bit? See what the buzz about? Yeah, just a little. Presto, a young man like yourself can appreciate a fine taste. 10 rupees a bottle. Fill me up, buddy. Wait, I don't have an empty bottle. Oh, no. Right, I just filled mine with fairies. Hey, there's rupees up there.
Hi.
Listen to this. This old guy over there says he saw a demon. He's obviously trying to get Keena's attention, but he won't get anywhere using creepy lines like that. Yeah, you believe me, don't you? Believe what? There's a fiendish demon living in Skyloft. I'm telling you, I came this close to being eaten by that evil beast. You look like you've gotten a little night training, but you better keep your guard up or he'll take a bite out of you, too.
Hi.
Well, welcome. I can see from your handsome outfit. And they just have sex right there, just right in front of everybody. You might think you could knock the rupees down by bumping something and making the chandelier shake, but don't even think about it. I would never. You don't think I want to shake around here? No, we're done. Hey, Lore. Didn't think I'd see you here, but you're wondering what I'm doing here. I think I mentioned this before, but man, I'm really into bugs. I love them. I love the way they squirm as they go down my throat. That's why I'm out of collecting insects wherever I think I'll find them. If you have a bug net, you should try catching some. If you don't have one, you can pick one up at Beetle's air stop. I'm sure that sweaty shopkeep is flying around Skyloft now. Now accepting applications for workers to plow the pumpkin fields. Yeah, would you like to have a nice, plump, juicy gummy worm? Made with real juice. I'm going to ignore the heart piece. Death to heart pieces! Yeah! Yeah! Death to everything! Kill me! That didn't even take a heart piece out of me. What the crap? I guess not that I'm complaining, but I'm a little surprised by that. I mean, it's probably a good thing, Bionic Punk, if you think about it. Okay. Yes, it's the anti-Zelda too. We fell into a death pit. Nothing happens. Alright, fine. Let's get this heart piece. I don't know how to get this heart piece, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna use our extreme powers of heart piece getting. Nope. Hang on, let's try that again. Oh my god, we're evil. Oh my god! Why would you do that? That's a good question! I was just gonna throw my Beetle up there to get the thing. That's so terrible. We are a monster. Where's my heart piece? Worth it. What is wrong with you? Just look at what you've done. You broke my fancy custom-ordered chandelier. You're going to be working for every fee for free until you pay for every single rupee that chandelier cost me. I'll own up my responsibility. That's right, I'm going to hold you to that. It's not wasting any time putting you to work. I need you to deliver my famous soup to Aegis. Knight Commander's regular. He can't get his day started without my bowl of my soup. Hang on. Wait! Okay, fine. You need an empty bottle. Well, that sucks to be you then, buddy. Bye. Don't even pretend that was an accident. I put signs up there to warn people to be careful of the chandelier and everything. I'll wash my hands of the whole thing. Don't be surprised if my dad gives you a royal chewing out. Oh, you've done it now. There's no escaping this one. And let me make sure to get these rupees so they vanish into the ether forever. What are you thinking? You scared a year off my life. What do you want again? I lost my train of thought. You believe me, don't you? No chance. What's with kids, you know? You're disrespecting and whatnot, I swear. Yep, I will take responsibility. God, we are so evil. I'm sorry, I'm bonkered by that. You ever clean up glass? Because I have. Just... Yeah, I invented, independently, the duct tape method just to try and speed up the whole process. Yeah, those people could literally be dead. Yeah! Yeah! Sorry. Good night, Giga. Do get some good sleep! So anyways, that's a good point. Where do you get sand in the sky? It's coarse, it's irritating, and it's not in the sky. Pretty sure that's how it goes. No, what I need is a bigger wallet, and I don't remember how to get that. So the only way to do that is to leave the game forever. So, the Beetle. Where's that jackass? Jackass. Where are you? Yeah, I need my Beetle eat. Beetle eat. Beetle eat. I can hear him. It's like right over me. Come back here. Get back here. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. Jesus. I think you're right, Kitten Fan. You've come all this way. It's so rare to have a customer up here. Beetle's Air Shop has everything you could ever want. Please take a look around. If you could buy something, that'd be even better. Yeah, if you don't buy something, he dumps you out because he's pissed off that you wasted the extra weight. What I really want is that. Yep, okay. Could have used this earlier, but whatever, game.
Thank you!
And there's the net, which I guess we don't need. Hang on, how much is the pouch? 300. Okay, so we can't afford that. Yeah, he's got really strong legs. This man is buff.
Thank you!
Hi, Czar. I mean, why not, right? At the very least, we probably won't have any issues with our wallet for a while. Still pissed about that. Okay, bye. Whee. Ow. Thank goodness hearts grow from plants on this. Wait, hearts grow from... Anyways, The HUD is currently up to date. I'm not gonna lie, there's been some rough patches. But they've been doing some decent stuff. I am... Let's go with positively, mildly surprised by the game so far. Put it that way. But now we have to go to the volcano area. No physical pain yet, but then again, I'm playing on Joy-Cons. These things don't hurt. These are the most ergonomic controls in the universe for me. So. We absolutely curb stomped the boss that had me stuck at him for an hour the last time I played this. So, Master, I have confirmed the location of a second opening in the cloud barrier. It is located in the skies to the northeast. This opening will allow you access to a new area on the surface. I suggest you fly there as soon as you complete necessary preparations. Done! Because I'm broke, so... Use that frickin' 300. Although, actually, question... Alright, I'm ready, Kitten Fan, I'm ready! Damn! Okay. Do we have to do side quests? I hate side quests. I hate everything. Okay, so... Look, it's fine. The shield's fine. I don't see any issues here. I'm not exaggerating. I really was stuck on that guy for an hour. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm lowballing it. Where could that child have gone? Oh, Kukio, where did you go? What will I do if she's been kidnapped? Who would kidnap a child here? The perfect timing. You haven't seen my Kukio, have you? Nope. Let's see. Please, Lore, won't you help me look for her? I've been looking everywhere, but I can't find her. I asked everyone in town. A few people said she's been spotted with some unknown person with a scary face. Somebody thought she'd been carried off by a monster. She must have been kidnapped. She's so cute and friendly. Someone must have just walked off with her. You... Seriously, no one on this island, like...
Hey!
I'm sorry, I hate to keep banging on the thing.
Hey!
About the fact that, you know, this is an isolated environment, but like you're an isolated environment. There's not many places to run here. You know? I knew it, Spartan. It's time to take out the trash. Now see, I would kill you, Spartan, but I could do much worse than kill you. I can tell you that Warlords of Draenor is actually going to score quite well as an expansion. Much worse than killing you. Wow, they really give us absolutely no guidance on that at all, do they? It's Kukil. Kukil's missing. She was abducted by a monster. You don't think there's anything to do with all those silly stories about a horrifying monster that's living here for ages, do you? People say creatures appear in the dead of night, scaring folks and even taking away children. Probably nothing more than a scary story some older brother made up to terrorize his younger siblings. But still, it makes me wonder. Got it. Make it nighttime. I heard the news. Zelda's falling down to the clouds. You're going to look for her, is that right? The headmaster told me there's land beneath the clouds. Do you know anything about that? So that's the famous sword and the shield. Looks like you've been good already. Good. Here, take this as a gift from me. Thanks! I have some place to put it now. I mean, Wrath won't be negative. I can't lie to you. However, I do think Wrath will score less than some people expect it to. Wrath, in many ways, is the Ocarina of Time of WoW expansions. Everyone holds it up as the best. It's not. Was it the best when it released? Yes. Was it immediately surpassed by Cataclysm? Yes. Until night. What? I'm here. Yes, Noctis. Well, how do I get out there? Really, game? Why is that a thing? Why lock the bottom door? There's no practical reason I can think of why the bottom door is locked at night. It just makes you walk a little bit farther in the spot where you can't run.
Yeah?
Or it's dangerous at night. Take a sword. How admirable. Nonsense. It's the bare minimum of what people expect from us. We are knights in training. This is what knights do. That's the Pippet way. All I need are the smiles of the people I protect as pale. People. That's what it means to be a knight. I'm sure you'll understand what that feels like, too. No, I would have no idea what it feels like to selflessly help other people for absolutely no gain or benefit to myself. You jackass. I do find it interesting that enemies only come out at night, but that's kind of a Zelda thing, isn't it? Since monsters are literally non-creatures? I'm trying to think of how to explain that. Like, they're not part of the biome? I'm trying to think of what word to use there. They're not part of the ecosystem. There we go. That's a good word for it. Ugh. And they tend to go away at the moment. Yeah, exactly. They're constructs. They are darkness manifested. So it makes sense that they would pop out at night. I'm not going to complain about that. That's always been true in the Zeldas. It also explains why they're so desperate to resurrect Ganon in Zelda 2, and why they stopped being a problem the moment they failed. It's because they were working on a limited timer. They probably only had a finite amount of time before they eventually faded from the kingdom, like they always do, when there's no central darkness keeping them there. So... I thought I already talked to him, Kitten Fan, but sure. I don't know what I missed, but sure. Ready. Ready. It's also a convenient gameplay excuse for why enemies don't leave corpses. No complaints there, just amuse. Ooh there, ooh there. Aha! It was this one. I thought it was either this one or the complete opposite one. And I'm wrong both times. Let's just push all of them. Push all the graves. Okay, hit the grave first. Hang on, pull it back. There we go. Oh. You're not afraid of heights, are you? I mean, the rupees being magical gems kind of tracks with a few things. So that's easy enough to hand wave. The hearts I'm not so sure about. Maybe we're a vampire? And we drain the life from our enemies. Behold, the most evil of all evils ever to evil! Hey, what's wrong? Why do you look so scared? Did something happen to you? Oh, apparently I have to attack him. Stop, please, I beg of you. Don't hurt me. Oh, goodness, I know how bad this must look to you, but I assure you I mean no harm. We're just playing the scream as loud as you can game. Isn't that a fun game? Oh, dear. Perhaps an explanation is in order. My name is Batreaux. I am here as a monster who resides here in this humble dwelling below Skyloft. But please allow me to correct one's popular misconception. While I am certainly a monster, I wouldn't dream of terrorizing the people of this town. You see, this adorable little girl is the only one who didn't let loose a blood-curdling scream at the sight of me. Since she began to visit me here, I felt positively jubilant. You see, my heart only wishes to become friends with the lovely people of Skyloft. But as you can surely imagine, you people are very, very raceless. I assure you, nothing would fill my heart with more joy than to be friends with the fine people of this town. But as soon as I try to approach any of them, extend my claw in friendship, they run and scream as though they saw a walking nightmare. Oh, right. Silly me, I got ahead of myself. You see, there's an old tale among my monstrous kin that goes as follows. It seems that when humans make other humans happy, the happy humans produce a substance known as gratitude crystal. First of all, we've actually already seen this in Four Swords Adventures and in Spirit Tracks. But second of all, produce? Please elaborate on the specific mechanism of producing a substance known as gratitude crystal. No, I'll wait. I'll wait. Gratitude crystals are quite amazing. Just looking at them and knowing there was such gratitude in the world could turn me from monster into a human. Oh, goodness, nothing would delight me more than to become a human. It's not quite all it's made up to be, buddy, but, you know. From the moment I laid my regrettably demonic eyes on you, I could tell you had a gentle and generous heart. Won't you please gather crystals and show them to me? Yeah, sure. Truly, you'll help me. Oh, one helper. You can help it by helping people solve their troubles. Translation, you get them for doing side quests. Someone as pure heart as pure and genuine as yours will be able to use them. Please, solve some troubles. I don't actually remember what the reward is for doing all of these. I remember having to look up a few.
Hi.
He's not a bad man. He saved me one time when I almost fell over the edge. Man, lets me come here and scream as loud as I want. Anyway, he said it was dangerous to go out alone at night, so I'll just hang out here for a while. Tell Mom I'm come home in the morning. Oh God, Noctis. Joking and mockery aside, this really does line up with several other Zeldas, and it doesn't particularly bother me. The idea of there being a gratitude that can physically manifest actually lines up with a lot of how the setting operates. In fact, we kind of just saw this in A Link Between Worlds, a little bit. The nature of how the Triforces themselves work isn't exactly a one-to-one on this, but does intend to lean itself in that direction. Come on. Okay, so now that we have the gratitude quest, we can get a gratitude crystal. One gratitude crystal. Yeah, exactly. Malice already exists in these settings and has for some time. And Malice operates pretty much the exact same way. It's just malevolence instead of, kindness or generosity or gratitude. I love how the cats try to kill me. Just like in real life. Yeah, I think by definition it would be the Link in Link's Awakening. Because all the Links are like late teens. Listen, Savakam, it's not my fault that I didn't give them breakfast. Listen, I'll go explain. Here, check this out. Watch this. Savakam, you watching? This is very important. So when I say they're attacking me, I'm not joking. They will literally attack me and do heart damage. The only way to deal with them is to not deal with them. You actually can't. You cannot kill them. But we can get rid of them, Savakam. Do you see this adorable little pile of fluff? There's only one thing to do. Goodbye. Alright, so now that we've thrown that to its death, I think, honestly, everything's going to work out at this point. So, what we need to do is we need to find out where all the gratitude crystals are and try to, hone them down. We need to look up what the rewards are for that, too. I'm not sure what those rewards are exactly, but I'm sure they're very worthwhile, based on whatever it is that we can actually get out of the... Not here. Of course she's not here. No, I think I timed that pretty correctly, Lord Harriman. On purpose, no less. But I could be wrong. I am, after all, not staring at the clip interface right now. I've gotten decent at getting some of my little clippable things within the 60-second range. Not perfect, just decent. Is she alright, Spartan? Oh, that sucks, Spartan. I'm sorry. Are you serious? You found Kukil? What'd I tell you? Nobody here in Skyloft would harm a hair on her head. Yeah. Oh, you found Kukil? Well, I guess it's good to hear she's at least with a friend and a responsible adult, but I can't wait to see her. Yeah, sorry, for those of you who don't really know what that means, if the airbag deploys, not only does that mean there's a sufficient impact, which could be problematic, and basically mandates a health checkup to make sure that the person in question is okay, but it also means repairing the damage is going to be a huge deal. Getting an airbag that's been deployed back in is kind of a thing. Let's do this. I mean, obviously you don't put the existing airbag back in, but you know what I mean. There's an engineering term for that, and I don't remember it, but it's something that's not designed to be redone. It's something that's designed to be done once, like an explosive bolt, right? And yeah, if you've ever been hit in the face with an airbag, which, by the way, I have, that's not a pleasant experience. So what I'm trying to say is, Spartan, if you stop supporting me for the next year or so just to pay for that, I completely understand, and I hope for the best. Yeah, it's not designed to be comfortable. It's designed to save your life. Ah! I was gonna sleep in Zelda's bed. Do you have to show me this every time, game? I know what a gratitude crystal is, thank you. You'll notice that was the first thing I asked Bionic Punk. Is she okay? Then we start to talk about the car. Oh God, Ross. I mean, honestly, if you're living in a Transformers film, you probably have other issues. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're wondering, the cats are perfectly friendly in the morning. Hi. See? They've been fed. It's revenge time. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Or should I? Should I, Savicom? Should I toss it over the edge? Nah, I'm not gonna do it. Besides, I did that earlier. Okay, Valerian, when I said stop supporting me... Hi. Uncle Bats told me he wants to see all the gratitude crackles he can, but how's he gonna do that? Yeah, we'll figure it out. Kukil is safely back at home, and it's all because of you. I don't know how to express my gratitude. Are you coming on to me? 'Cause I am down! Look, she's my favorite type of woman. Married. Sorry. Yeah, Valerian's giving out gratitude crystals right about now. Well, I've been referencing Skyward Sword several times throughout this run, so it's a good a time as any to mention Skyward Sword. See if I can find the darn thing. Here we go. Perfect. Perfect. I'll just leave this in chat for anybody who wants to see something that I feel is relevant to this whole thing. Come on, load. And I am glad that I'm as engaging as I can manage. Final Fantasy Tactics is the actually is an interesting point. Do we just switch over to the remaster, assuming that that is true with regards to FFT? Yeah, it's kind of your guys' choice, not mine. Either way, I'll also put that towards Dragon Quest VII and Dragon Quest VIII. And either way, thank you, Valerian. Always appreciate. Thank you. Thank you. Lol, Lord Hairmont. Yeah, that would probably be a little confusing. But I haven't said anything, Ross. Although, since you have an investment in FFT as well, I'm curious of your thoughts on the matter. I was doing something specific. Right. I know about the Chandelier quest, but before we skip to that... Here we go. Well, the problem is it's still in the rumor range, so who knows? Kind of a dice roll, honestly. Here we go. So, we get the medium wallet, which we could actually get right now. Piece of heart is 10. Big wallet. A lot of wallet reports. Is 30. Cursed metal? I'm not sure what that is. Is 30. Gold rupee is 40. Giant wallet is 50. Gold rupees, and then tycoon wallet. Good night of 40. See, that's hurtful, Ross. I did an entire theater in FF9. A whole thing. And you've never watched it. Took me 4 years to make that. That's right. I remember that. Risk-reward thing. Actually, that's an interesting question. Why don't you like FF9? No judgment, really. But, like, that's a weird one. FF9 is usually the Deep Space Nine of Final Fantasy games. If you can get the immediate analogy there. Could be the art style. Yeah. Lord knows that pushes me off of a couple of games. Okay. Okay, good, Spartan. Hypothetically. I'm obviously a little bit biased here at Junk Garage, but I absolutely recommend you watch the FF9 Theater. We put a lot of effort in. Now, I'm going to give you a bit of a warning. Chapter 1's kind of rough, because we made Chapter 1, and then in the middle of making Chapter 1, from a real-life perspective, was a fairly big gap, like a year gap in production. And then the rest of the chapters up to Chapter 4 were all made. And then there was another year gap, and then there's the rest of the chapters. From 5 onwards, I could vouch for them solidly. Up to that, it's a little rough, I'm not going to lie to you. It is not the level of quality I am used to pushing out for the theaters. I actually rather like 8, but I understand why people don't like 8. That's easy to understand. 8 is an extraordinarily flawed game, with the best plot of any Final Fantasy game. But 9? Okay, so that's Link's desk. Let's go down to the sparring hall. Yeah, by contrast, the Undertale Theater is good front to back. The LTTP Theater is good front to back, you know. I can vouch for those. But FF9, I have to be like, so hold up. FF8 is a game best enjoyed while cheating. That sounds like a downside, and honestly, it kinda is. But it's still true. FF8 has some really good aspects to it. It's also a game that's usually a little bit more enjoyable if you're already familiar with the game. You know how some games just let you absolutely break the game in half? FF8 is like that. But you have to know what you're doing first, right? Let me use a very specific example here really quick, if you'll forgive me. Right at the beginning of FF8, I can tell you specifically, right at the beginning of FF8, you can go down to the beach and fight these little crab, I don't know, an enemy-looking kind of enemies. I don't know what to call them, but they're these little weird shellfish, right? And you can drain water magic from them. And water magic junctions extremely well to several stats, including strength and health. If you don't do anything else to break the game, but get 100 water magic off those jackasses right at the beginning of the game, you already have boosted your relative output of power, your level, by like quintuple. But how do you know that? In fact, how do you even know that the beach encounters are different from the grass encounters? Because the tile set is not very distinct there. Stuff like that, right? Like, that's what I mean when I say, if you know the game, you can crack it in half. But if you don't, have fun. Looks like that's all we're doing here. Right near Balam Garden. Spartan, right at the beginning of the game. You leave Balam Garden, immediately southeast of Balam Garden, there's a beach. And that's where you get water. Well, see, 10 has really solid gameplay underneath it, Ross. It has a lot of really crappy gameplay, too, but most of that crappy gameplay is in the optional stuff. If I was to shave off the optional content of FF10, FF10's gameplay would be a really strong net positive. There are a few nitpicks there. I do think some of the dungeons take too long. I think several of the trials suck, to put it bluntly. Especially the last one. God. And I also think that there are several key elements of the gameplay, like stuff that you would require a specific polishing pass to fix. Like I've mentioned several times, the lack of proper AoE healing, the lack of proper enemy encounter design past the high road, the Mi'ihen High Road. And there's a few individual bosses because a better way to phrase this would be the difficulty curve in FF10 is absolutely all over the place. It's bonkers. But that's it. That's like 3 negatives, maybe 5 if we flesh that out in a run through, not counting optional stuff, right? On top of that, you have a great interface, a acceptable leveling system, good kit, good variety, good spells, good utility. I love the frickin' turn order thing. Just so much good stuff there. 8 actually does pretty well in its combat access, too. And not a lot of people know that either, because 8's combat is... It was the first time they experimented with the ATB being a little bit more active. Yeah, exactly, Blizzard. No. What I mean by that, FF8 was the very first FF where you can select an action, and then while that action's animation is resolving, you can keep doing stuff. And I know that sounds like a little minuscule, insignificant thing. Who cares? But no, trust me. 8's combat is way more fluid because stuff is happening while you're browsing the menus, right? Stuff is happening while you're selecting your next attack. So instead of... It's more like... Combat over. And it keeps the flow way higher, which is great. It's not as good as 10-2, but it's the same general concept. Where the hell am I going? West, 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 west. Where's west? West is this way. Anyways, my point I'm trying to reach here is it's really easy to understand why people like FF10. It's a good game. Not liking 9, that weirds me out. Not liking 8, I can understand. It's a good game with severe flaws. Actually, yeah, 8 in many ways is the proto-10 too. I stand by that. Can I understand why people wouldn't like 7? Yes. Barely, but yes. And pretty much it boils down to the localization. The fact that I have had to spend time in my life explaining the story of FF7 says all it needs to, honestly. Like, I've said this before and I'll say this again. The lore run's impetus, the genesis of the lore run concept, was Final Fantasy VII. Because a lot of people were interested in it and just did not understand what the hell was going on because that localization is awful. Now, can I understand why people don't like FF6? No. No offense. Really. But no, that makes absolutely no sense to me. Whatever the opposite of black licorice is, that's FF6. This is west, right? Yeah, this is west. Let's be over here. I mean, obviously, if you don't like RPGs or JRPGs, then yeah, you're not going to like it. That's not really what I mean by that. I'm presuming a scenario in which you actually do have an enjoyment, a pre-existing enjoyment for that type of game. And therefore are likely to like that type of game. And then you're like, ah, FF6 is trash. And then I'm just like, well, what? And I'm just confused. There it is. Further south. I mean, no, why would that surprise me, Gum? Again, people not liking RPGs or, you know, JRPGs or Final Fantasy JRPGs wouldn't even begin to, like, surprise me. Why would it? Hell, most people presume most people only like certain types of games. I get, one of the types of comments I get all the time, this is not a joke, is, wow, I never knew you were into insert type of game before. Because some people assume I'm like an RPG guy and nothing else. This is not true. For sure I got this one. Let's double check. Yeah, I got a lot of that when I was playing Mortal Kombat 11, and I've gotten that when I play shooters. People are like, oh, I can't believe you're into FPSs, and it's like, really? Like, have you looked at how many FPSs we've covered at this point on the show? It's not a small number, and that's post-Oblivion line. Oh, I'm definitely into racers. You kidding me? I don't get to talk about that very often, but, oh, I love a good racer. Of all three types, while we're on the subject. Yeah, you remember the announcement vid I did for the Call of Duty lore run? Shoutouts to Guido. I think I already got this one. I'm almost positive I did. Well, the first thing it does is it slashes you if you hit the wrong button. Let's try that again. It apparently just swims without any incident or issue. There you go. Okay, so... Oh, God, really? Alright, whatever. And yeah, I would agree with Rex. Platformers are my bag, more so than anything else. If you look at how many platformers we've covered at this point in time, it's a huge list. Although, we have covered most of the Mega Mans and the Marios, so that makes sense. I think, other than Dating Sim, no. I think we've covered everything at this point. Now, we have a very small number of racers on the book. In fact, we have one, Diddy Kong Racing. And that's it. Why do you show me this every time, game? We actually have never reviewed Mario Kart Frieza. We're gonna someday. It's on the books. That's true. We did cover one dating sim. And yeah, Valhalla's... It's leaning that way. Tom Clancy games would be like third-person shooter, also known as action. We've covered like 20 action games. So I'm not worried about those. Hell, we've covered Far Cry... 2 Far Cry's. We've covered Far Cry New Dawn, and we've covered Blood Dragon. Bizarre. Okay. Does Persona count as a dating sim? I sure hope not. Because one of my biggest complaints about Persona 5, and I mean this with total sincerity, is the lack of any romance in the game. No, think about it for a second. Really think about it for a second. Like, how much of a difference does it make if you choose to romance someone and who you chose to romance? 2 cutscenes? Okay. Wouldn't even let me try there. Do I have to go back through the frickin' cave?
Hey!
Now, granted, I only saw the Mikoto one personally, but, like, yeah, going out on a date with her was nice, and then there's the one that I didn't even see, because that was the Valentine's Day one, and I was just like, hey, chocolate. And to my knowledge, that one only is a significant saying if you're a terrible human being. If someone tried to make me play Doki Doki Literature Club, would I veto it? So I know the twist of that particular game. Let's just start with that. So I couldn't give you a genuine reaction. I'm also not sure what review would be worth doing there. But I suppose the answer to your question in full totality is no. By the way, that is another not a dating sim game. Yeah, there's in games like that, there usually is some format of gameplay, something I stand firm on. But in Doki Doki Literature Club specifically, there arguably is actually no gameplay, for once. It's kind of a weird one. Alright, where is this? North of the Bazaar. I think I already got this one. In fact, I'm almost positive I did. Go away. Thank you. I'm almost positive I already got this one. That one, right there. That's the one I got. Oh my god, don't show me the cutscene every time. Go away. Thank you. Okay, I already got this one. I think we put Frambeau as in a visual novel. Either that or a puzzler. I don't remember which. Actually, I've never reviewed the WoW Chronicle books. Just read them. And been yelled at for years for how much commentary I gave. The biggest complaint I get on the Chronicles books is that people don't want me to give commentary or add music or to, like, discuss it with you guys. No, they just want me to read it and shut the hell up about everything else, as if it was an audiobook. Those people get to suck a lemon, because it's not an audiobook. It's me reading it and reacting to it live on stream like I would anything else. God, people. Okay. So we got those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We should have 14 right now. Do we have 14? Don't. We have 13. What am I missing? Of course, we can't get several of these until we get another item. A Trek novel I'd recommend. Actually, there are 2. 3, technically. The Q Continuum Trilogy, Q Squared, and Federation. I can easily recommend all 3 novels right off the top of my head. They're all very different, and they have nothing to do with each other. They're good stuff. I can give you a bit of a synopsis. The Q Continuum trilogy is about the Great Q War. I think I'll leave that at that, because I think that it says all it needs to, really. There it is. Q Squared is a story about Trelane from TOS. If you're familiar with it. Actually, that event is referenced in the Q Continuum trilogy, but no. This is an event set after that. Go away. And Federation is a little bit trickier to explain. So Federation is long since no longer canon, but it was written at a time which several large portions of Trek history were not written out at all. So, you know, not much you can do about that. And so it's the history of the Third World War, the foundation of the Federation, but also Kirk, but also Picard. And all three stories actually interweave into each other in ways that I don't want to get into, but trust me when I say that they interweave into each other. And I don't mean like time travel. I mean, it's like the birth of the Federation, and then Kirk's time, and then Picard's time, and it'll bounce between... Get off me! Get off me! Get off me! Get off me! And it'll bounce between these three things, like this. And yeah, Archer doesn't exist. I wouldn't say it reads like a history book, no. But then again, a little bit. Yeah, no Time Wars. God damn it! Why is this door locked? I will murder everyone in this freaking town. Yeah, who, Ross? Thanks, Fi. Thanks. Thanks for telling me the door's locked, Fi. Appreciate you, Fi. So what you're saying, Czar, is you're very weird about it. I'm kidding. Sorry, looking something up real quick. Do we ever upgrade our stamina in this game? Real question, because I do not remember. Is that one cheese wheel it? Or is this just our life? Well, buffs or potions aren't really what I mean. But I see your point. 80% Switch version specific. Oh, that's a good question. I'm going to go with 4 hours and 35 minutes. How much is the net? I just barely can't afford it. Damn, that sucks. 3 hours 59. Wow. Hey, Beetle, I'm gonna sleep in your bed. Is that cool? Also, your bed sucks, man. We need to have a chat, honestly. Yeah, see, that I figured, because I knew that the Wii version was broken as hell. Oh god, I don't know, Czar. Like, they have this obsession with all the Links being super young, so he's probably super young. Regardless of all logic and reason. Feel the burn, Beetle. Oh my god, Ross. 7.5 hours? What the hell takes so long? I'm going the wrong way. I mean, Breathlink is probably underage in terms of drinking age. I would hope he's of age by tears. But I don't know the gap in between breath and tears. Oh, whoops. No wonder. I'm hitting the wrong button. Perfect landing. I'll do it in a minute. Ah! Lol, Savicom. Oh yeah, by the way, that next thing might be a little malleable depending on what's announced next Tuesday, just as a heads up on that. We'll see. All things are morphic. Yeah, you ever want to hear one of the most weirdly insulting things about Japanese's approach to age? Look up the term Christmas cake sometime. That's what I'm thinking, Ross. It also kind of depends on the release window. Like, for example, if they're talking about, hey, you know, sometime 2 years from now, we might release a new thing. A little less likely. But if it's like, you know, later this year or, you know, in a week. A little more likely. Okay. I gotta tell you, throwing adorable nieces into a giant pile of pillows is more exercise than you'd think. Okay. So, as it happens, it is dinner time. And it's not super early this time. So, I'm gonna go do that. Tomorrow, we'll do more of this.